Auburn Blitz is now on the air, your daily look into what's happening in Auburn athletics. With your host, Andy Graham, Brett Pritchard, Randy Lee, War Eagle.
Hello again, everyone, and good Thursday afternoon. Welcome into another edition of the Auburn Blitz. Andy Graham here alongside Randy Lee. We'll be with you for the next hour, taking your comments and talking about everything going on in the world of Auburn athletics, that and much more. We are kind of, my goodness, the regular season of college football has come and gone. That's hard to believe, but it is. That's the truth.
You can kind of count this weekend. I know it's really, it's
kind
championship
but
Saturday, but
over.
That's true. A little depressing.
It is, and Auburn not being in the championship game, that makes this weekend kind of just ho hum. Do the bowl games, they'll certainly fill up our December as well, and then you'll have the championship game. So there's still a lot to look forward to. But basketball season for Auburn. Number 13 in the coaches poll, number 14 in the AP. They will play tonight. We actually have a couple of tickets that we'd like to give away. So if you're interested in going to the Auburn Arena tonight to watch Auburn host the Furman Paladins, from Furman, by all means, you can give us a call here at the studio, 256-234-6221, or you can message us on Facebook, however you want to do that, and first come, first serve.
Well, let's do this. If we've got multiple that want it, then we'll draw there at the end of the program.
You must have fight to the death.
A fight to the death right here on air, so you've got to be up here by the time the last segment goes off. And, Andy, I feel like I've done nothing but talk on air for the last week. Last night, on air till about 10:30, back up here with you smiling across. I know I've talked more into a mic than I have to an actual human over the last few days, but that would be great. Great game tonight.
Yeah.
Auburn hopefully extends the record to 8-0 and keeps playing extremely good basketball on the offensive end the last few games.
That would be nice to see. That's what Bruce Pearl says. Look, I think we've turned into a pretty good basketball team. But we want to be a very good basketball team, and we're not there yet. And so these kind of games like this, it's been a long layoff. Had a little turkey and dressing for Thanksgiving, so let's see what they look like. I'm sure the crowd will be. I'm sure it will be a good crowd and a lively crowd, as it always is there in Auburn Arena. So that one. So keep that in mind. 2 tickets up for grabs to Auburn and Furman tonight, Auburn basketball. And how did we do in that? How did you say we're going to do that?
Just comment or call in, and if we've got 10 names that want the tickets, then we'll make a decision there at the end of the program by drawing from those 10 names who wants it.
That sounds like a good
Probably going to be one person that's willing and wanting to go over there, but, hey, we want to keep it open-ended until the end of the program.
We want to be fair about it. It's always good to be fair, isn't it?
Yeah, let's don't use the word unfair. You know, when you go into a press conference,
I would never be unfair.
When you go into a press conference and that is a word, because it's such a weighted word anyway, and you use that, you've got to know the repercussions that are coming and could care less. But all of the memes this week and the change of signage in the Alabama athletic department, and I don't know, it's been wonderful. I love it.
It has, and you better believe that you say something like that in a game like this, and you get everything you deserve. And Nick Saban or not, he has gotten kind of roasted and made a lot of fun of him, rightly so. So that's just kind of the way it is. We appreciate all of you out there joining us today, whether that be on 105.1 The Lake or Charter Channel 3 or WOTM, Charter Channel 21, 187, 190 in the southern and northern parts of the state, Channel 82. So if you can't find us on TV, then you're not looking. Let's just be honest about it. But we appreciate all of you out there on Facebook as well. If you'd like to dial up and be a part of the conversation, that's Sports Blitz with a Z. We got some things to talk about today. Saturday Down South came out with an all-decade team for Auburn. Yeah, we're at the end of a decade. Hard to believe, but looking back, They did an offense and defense. I thought we'd look at that a little bit, kind of interesting. Maybe you make some changes. Do you like what they said? I tell you, I'm going to be honest with you, and we've been talking about this for a while, me and you especially. But you look back over this last decade, and linebacker play, I'll just put this out there. Trey Williams is one of their all-decade players for Auburn at linebacker. Trey Williams is a great high school football player. He was very productive at Auburn. He got a lot of, he made a lot of tackles. Played hard. I appreciate his effort. But when he's on the all-decade team at linebacker, it's been pretty scant.
Well, it's been scant, of course, by looking and seeing which ones of our linebackers have moved on and played in the pros. Well, I mean, let's think about that, Andy. How many have we put into the pros that's played well? I can really only think of two.
I can think of one.
Josh Bynes
Yeah.
is, first off, I think he's the best linebacker we've had this decade, and I don't know where the stats, or I don't know exactly where he ends up on this list, but he would be right there at the top for me. And Darren Bates. Bates played a lot of safety at Auburn, but he ends up playing linebacker, and he's still in the league.
I don't think he was on the 2010 team, so he's not in technically this decade.
Okay.
I guess, right?
Well,
He was
Bates.
wasn't he pre?
No.
Was he not?
No, Bates was at least through 10 or 11. I thought he was still on the team in 11, but I may be wrong.
I thought Tuberville recruited him.
Oh, yeah, he was on the 9 team. I think he was a freshman in 9. I think he was 9, 10, 11, and 12. I could be wrong.
Maybe so.
We'll pull that up.
We'll pull that up.
He deserves to be on here because I think his numbers, he's a 4-year starter.
Well, we
at Auburn.
moved him to, yeah, that's right. We moved him from safety to linebacker.
And I think he played linebacker the last 3 years that he was at Auburn.
Okay.
We'll pull it up.
We'll pull it up. That's it's got a good conversation to have. Love to know what your thoughts are on the matter as well. We'll talk about a little bit of recruiting. Talk about some different things going on. Obviously, the coaching carousel continues to spin. But you were there at Jordan-Hare Stadium last night. This is not necessarily Auburn news, but it is things going on in Auburn.
Yeah.
Thompson gets revenge against Central Phoenix City last night in very impressive fashion.
Yeah, Brett and I handled the broadcast for the radio network on the state. I guess part of the storyline was how well the field looked. I was watching on Saturday, and I was thinking to myself, this is a catastrophe. 40,000 fans end up out there on the field, and we've got to go play 7 football games within the next 3 to 4 days, and it looked great. And everyone that walked it, including Brett and our crew that walked it before the game, said, Randy, I can't believe what they can do with this. So tip your hat to the grounds crew and Auburn University as a whole for putting this event on. Thompson comes back from a 52-7 loss last year in the state championship game to this same Phoenix City program and wins 40-14 last night. And I think even more of the storyline is Mark Freeman is a special coach at Thompson. Most anyone that knows anything about high school football realizes that. But that is such a tough region that they play in week and week out in that Birmingham area. He had a great quarterback. Tua's brother, Talia, was with him for a couple of years. Got a lot of wins behind the success of Talia Tungavailoa at quarterback. So you thought coming into this year, yeah, I think they've turned the corner. But did they turn it mainly because they had a great quarterback? Sawyer Pate comes in. He's a senior, so only a 1-year starter there. 6 foot, 200 pounds. At one point in time last night, he was 11 of 13 for 180 yards and 2 touchdowns. He had a 75% completion percentage, threw for 3,900 yards, 39 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions on the season coming into the game. And, Andy, he hit some passes last night. I know you didn't watch the first half. You caught the second half. But the first half is where he started 11 for 13, and he put the ball in some windows in that half that were SEC caliber throws. I don't know where he ends up, but he looks the part, handles the atmosphere well. I was very, very impressed with him.
The Phoenix City had cut it to 26-14, I guess. And Thompson went right down the field, and they, on a 3rd and 6 or something, they ran a little play action, and I mean, beautiful throw. Hit the guy right in stride. I guess I don't know if he scored or if
No, he got tackled inside the 10.
There it is.
At about the 7. But you know the play action that he baited the safety in,
Yep.
threw over the top.
Perfect throw.
Andy, he had 11 of them in the first half. The two incomplete passes were drops in the first half also. Ball was put in a perfect spot. Good arm strength throwing the football down the field. Sawyer Pate, he's a really, really good player. Petway's a receiver for Thompson. I don't know where he's committed. I apologize if I'm off on that, but he had 1,200 yards receiving on the season. He's 6'1", 172 pounds, but can fly, flat fly. And he had over 1,200 yards receiving last year as well. So he's a great-looking player. Moving over to Phoenix City, where Auburn has a commit in Javion Cohen, a left tackle, 6'4", 285 pounds. He's getting looked at by Alabama and everyone. Everyone would kind of like to have him. And last year, the line of scrimmage was won handily by Phoenix City. Not that way last night. Thompson must have carried this around, weight on their shoulders all year. They own the line of scrimmage. They had a great scheme on the defensive side of the ball, and they have a sophomore linebacker in Jeremiah Alexander, I think is his name. 6'2", 225 pounds. Beautiful. Off the hoof. He's going to be one that we'll all want, and they look exceptionally good in the secondary and at linebacker with their defense last night.
3 more games today. Mobile Christian, Piedmont going on right now. Mars Hill Bible, Lynette at 3, and Clay Canyon, Pleasant Grove tonight at 7. We'll be back with more of the Auburn Blitz right after this.
The Prestige Selection at Gill's Auto Sales in Opelika has the largest selection of prestige cars, trucks, and SUVs in Central and East Alabama, all with financing available, little to no money down, and extended warranties. Get pre-qualified in under 2 minutes, online or from your mobile device at GillsPrestigeOnline.com. It's the Prestige Selection at Gill's Auto Sales, 1430 Gateway Drive in Opelika.
A&M Plumbing, A&M Plumbing, service at its best when you need it most.
From the smallest drippy faucet to drain cleaning to water heater replacement to gas lines to total systems replacement, A&M Plumbing handles it all. Visit amplumbing.net today for the experienced, licensed, and insured pros at A&M Plumbing.
A&M Plumbing, A&M Plumbing, service at its best when you need it most.
Hidley Towers is an affordable senior citizen community located in Alexander City on Highway 22 East, where spacious one-bedrooms are available now. Great location, peaceful setting, comfortable living, where pets are allowed and utilities are included. Call today to find out more about Alexander City's best-kept secret, 256-329-0552, where your family at Hidley Towers. That's 256-329-0552.
WOTM, your new home for high school sports in Alabama. WOTM has you covered with live coverage of all 7 championship games of the Super 7. WOTM is available to all TV providers in Alabama. If WOTM is not currently a part of your channel lineup, call your provider and request that they add WOTM. WOTM, your exclusive TV home for the AHSAA Super 7 basketball, baseball, and softball championships. All live only on WOTM.
Finding a job might be tough, but starting your new career has never been easier. Wellborn Cabinet in Ashland has a wide array of career opportunities with benefits. General labor production, skilled cabinet builders, product assembly line, shipping, over-the-road truck drivers, clerical, marketing, security, daycare, office clerks, and so much more. Apply in person, 38669 Highway 77 South in Ashland, or online at wellborn.com. Building cabinets, building careers, and building our community.
Alex City Marines, located on Cherokee Road in Alexander City, and the Yerkes invite you by to see what they have available today. The 2020 Manitous and Landaus are in, and boy, are they gorgeous. Also, some great deals on demos. Take advantage of that while they last. Alex City Marine also is doing shrink wrapping, storage. Get in line now. In fact, call this number, 256-215-FISH. Alex City Marine, Alex City.
Heritage South Credit Union in Alexander City is your community credit union, and they have been for over 80 years. Heritage South Credit Union proudly serves Tallapoosa, Coosa, Lee, Chambers, Randolph, and Chilton counties. From checking to business accounts, to share savings to club accounts, to their kids club and investments. Visit them online at myhscu.com. Heritage South Credit Union, your community credit union for 80 years. Federally insured by NCUA.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area a team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz on this Thursday afternoon. Andy and Randy here with you for about 45 more minutes in today's show. Got 2 basketball tickets to the Auburn-Furman game tonight at Auburn Arena. I think that one starts at, 7 o'clock tonight? So 8 o'clock tonight. 8 o'clock tonight, Central Standard Time. So if you're interested in going to that game.
I'm shaking my head because do you know how many I'm going to have to park downtown to get to the stadium tonight.
Yeah.
You've got the 5A state championship game, which should have a great crowd out, especially from the Clay County area. And you've got the basketball game going on as well. It's going to be packed. It was packed last night, which Thompson and Phoenix City really travel well. But, God, it's going to be a busy night in Auburn, Alabama.
I would imagine so. So if you're interested in those 2 tickets, just comment on the Facebook thread or give us a call here at the studio, and if we have multiple people that want them, then we'll pull a name out of a hat at the end of the show, and you'll be the winner. Auburn All-Decade Team from 2000 to 2009. I mean, good grief, I'm going back in time. 2010 to 2019. This is going back, 10 years from where we are today. This is from Saturday Down South. We enjoy those guys. I enjoy a lot of those, a lot of the content that they put out. But he just qualifies it when he starts with defense, and that's where we'll start, to say Auburn's been really defensive line heavy. So he said, hey, Kevin Steele broke out a great, defense against LSU, a very unusual. He said, so I'm doing a 5-2-4 defense for Auburn. So here's your all-decade team as far as defensive line, according to Saturday Down South. Derek Brown, Marlon Davidson, D. Ford, Nick Fairley, Carl Lawson.
I can't think of anybody that I would take off. I mean, I would think seriously about having Montravius Adams in for Marlon Davidson, but you could flip-flop the 2 of them around however you choose.
I might put Marlon in. I might put Adams in over Lawson.
I could see that too, yes. I mean, Lawson's more of an end. Adams, I'd say more of a tackle.
Oh, yeah, no question. But this is just generally defensive line.
Okay.
But, I mean, if we want to do that, if we want to go specifically to end or tackle, but, Lawson, outside of his senior year, it was hit or miss.
Any names?
A lot of injuries.
Any random names that you think of other than these 7, the 2 backups that you have listed here, Montravius Adams and Dontavius Russell? Any other names that jump in that you thought
I thought back to that 2010 line. There were some guys, but nobody that would rise to the level of these. I mean, I think I think these are the guys that would deserve to be on some kind of list like this. Certainly those that were named. Like you said, Marlon Davidson, just because of this senior year, I think he's probably worked his way onto the list.
Agree.
Last year, I would not have put him on here by
Yes.
any means. But Derek Brown, D. Ford, Nick Fairley, that ain't bad.
No, that's not bad. If you had every position that you're about to go down look like the defensive line position, we may have had a few more championship runs under our belt.
Yeah. Linebacker, they have Deshaun Davis, Trey Williams. Those are your two all-decade Auburn linebackers. Josh Bynes, Casanova McKenzie are your backups or your honorable mentions.
I personally think that Bynes and Bates were the two best linebackers that we had. Bates was undersized, but Bates was a tackling machine. Even back to his freshman year where he started at safety, a two-star out of the state of Mississippi, just had that physical mentality. Had to move him to linebacker out of necessity, and when we move in there, he's just a great tackler all over the field. Good sideline-to-sideline speed, and it has proven to work out well for him as he's still on an NFL roster, and his last year at Auburn was 2012.
Absolutely.
That doesn't just happen.
Yeah, no question. I mean, you were right. I had placed Darren Bates a little bit earlier, but he definitely fits the criteria and played within the time frame. And was one of the, like you said, I mean, has gone on to have a tremendous NFL career, or at least the longevity for nothing else. Defensive backs, they have Jamel Dean, Carlton Davis, Rudy Ford, and Josh Holsey.
Backups, Chris Davis, Noah Igbenogany, and Jonathan Jones. You know, I think Jonathan Jones I would put up in those first four. I definitely would have Rudy Ford right there at the top. I thought he was the best tackler, one of the best athletes that we've had in the decade, all over the field, could do a little bit of everything.
Put him at running back, didn't we?
Carlton Davis was a good physical presence back there and has proven to be an outstanding player in the pros also. You know, Jamel Dean's been serviceable to me. Anybody else you think deserves to be on this list?
I mean, nobody. Trying to think now. Who was the? My time frame is getting a little.
Well, here's a big part of looking at a list.
There's
like
one
this.
cornerback that played at Auburn that's played in the NFL that I never thought would make it, and he's been in the NFL for 10 years. It seems like, I guess. I can't ever remember his name, and I'll come up with it at some point. But you go ahead. I finished your point.
Well, you know, when you look down at a list like this and you think of the players that were drafted high into the NFL or that were really big-time recruits out of high school that panned out, you know, Auburn on the defensive side of the ball, especially at linebacker and in the secondary, we just have not had premier guys recruited. And we definitely haven't had guys that end up leaving and getting drafted like, you know, you look back at that 2004 Auburn team. They have 4 players drafted in the first round, Carlos Rogers being one back at the cornerback position. But this next decade just doesn't have that, Andy. And, you know, that's the reason you got the play that you got for the most part of it.
Nico Thorpe. That's the name.
Mm-hmm.
He played right in the last 10 years, right?
Yes, I think so. And I think that he was –
I thought he was a disappointment at Auburn for all the hype he had, but he's gone on to prove that. I mean, he played. I think he still played in the NFL.
And while he was at Auburn, you know, the hype was high coming in, but he was long and he played a lot. He played a lot of football. I never remember downs where he was or games where he wasn't out there.
Yeah.
So we needed him.
Up gets another break here on the Auburn Blitz, but we'll be back with more right after these messages.
At Mortgage Pro, we won't be able to finance a new car or new boat. We can't open you a checking account. Mortgage Pro specializes in mortgage loans. If you're looking to purchase a new home or refinance your current home, the only way to go is Mortgage Pro. We can close in 15 days or less. We can offer the best rates in the mortgage industry, and we can waive appraisal fees on any new loan from September 1st until December 31st. Call Mortgage Pro today.
So, you may not know it, but you've seen our work everywhere. For a combined 50 years, SignSource has been Central Alabama's premier option for all your sign needs. Custom signs for your business, club, or organization. Wraps and decals for your vehicle or boat. Full-color banners for your big sale, or a photo collage on canvas for grandma. All with fast, friendly, prompt service. Check out our website at signsourcenow.com. 888-533-6758. Go straight to the source. SignSource.
Growing your business isn't just one thing, it's a million little things. Should you lease, rent, or own? How fast can you get that part? Does it fit the budget? That's what your local cat dealer is here for. With expert advice, flexible financing, and industry-leading equipment, you can get the job done, day after day. Visit ThompsonCat.com, your compact equipment provider.
I am Lisa McClendon from Country Financial, and I have spent years in our community helping people protect their homes, cars, and lives. I am proud to be a member of the 2018 National Championship Team and a National Advisory Council member for Country Financial. Complete financial security does not end with just insurance. I am also here to help you plan for your financial future.
Together, we can help you set up a step-by-step plan to reach financial security.
Let's talk soon.
Lex Wedgeworth has been the most trusted pest control for generations, and now with EnviroCare, you can expect the same high standards for all your pest control needs. EnviroCare's exclusive Centricon termite colony elimination system provides the industry standard to protect your home or business. EnviroCare's Centricon system protects your home year-round. Call the professionals at EnviroCare throughout East Central Alabama for a free estimate. Nobody cares like EnviroCare, the next generation of full pest control for your home or business.
Hey Realtors, do you know about LMG Ad Agency? We build your brand and help sell your properties or a unique lifestyle so you can focus on your clients. We focus on professional photos, videos, aerial photography and videography, and commercial real estate. We'd love to tell your story. Contact us today at 256-392-4250 or visit our website at lmgadagency.com.
Find everything you need for the perfect outdoor living space at Russell Do-It Center, like the Fire Rock Outdoor Conventional Fireplace, smartly designed masonry systems that are easy to install and are less than half the cost of a scratch-built brick and mortar fireplace. Weber Grills, the best outdoor gas, electric, and charcoal grills, which always come pre-assembled. Yeti Coolers, premium coolers and accessories that are the ultimate in design, performance, and durability. Russell Do-It Center, experience and knowledge from the pros.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Randy here with you for about 30 more minutes in today's show, looking at an Auburn all-decade team just for the last decade. We were talking about defensive backs when we in the previous segment. One of the players that I admire the most, and one of my favorite players on this team, is Jeremiah Denson, and just has become a tackling machine. It seems like always in the right position. It has been a big factor for this defense to make it what it is this year and last year. But to go through the injury that he had at Texas A&M and then be able to come back and do what he's done, he's got to be on the list.
Yeah, he's on the list, and maybe you have Rudy Ford above him out of all of these secondary players. But for me, I'd take Jeremiah Denson over all of them. Handled himself well. Tackles extremely well in open space, very, very productive. I don't know how many tackles he ends up with in his senior year, but 80-ish.
Leads a team, I'm sure.
It's, every week as I look down the tackle numbers on the sheets that you put together, it's about 10 per game. So, yes, Jeremiah Denson for sure, and I hope he gets some accolades here towards the end of the season, some all-SEC teams.
Switching to the offense, looking at these all Auburn or an Auburn all-decade team on offense. It's easy for quarterback Cam Newton. Nick Marshall's your backup. That ain't bad.
That's pretty easy.
I'll take that.
You know, and back to system style that we're talking about, it was just a Gus Malzahn-led system where you had a quarterback that was mobile and an opportunity to have a 1,000-plus yard rusher back there at quarterback, and it worked out well. You know, that was one big key of last Saturday. I know it was only 6 carries for Bo Nix, but he had 44 yards rushing and that rushing touchdown. And when you watch him run the football, you go, if we wanted him to run the football more, he could. Runs away from defensive linemen and linebackers. It's just not really what we put him out there to do that often, but when he does it, he really does it well.
He does. It could be a bigger part of the offense. And maybe
Agreed.
it will be as older he gets and more savvy he gets and more experience. Running back Trey Mason, no argument there. Backup Kerryon Johnson. I would add Cameron Artis-Payne to the backups as well.
Yeah, Cameron Artis-Payne had 1,400 yards, or maybe 1,600 yards rushing.
Yeah, that may be about right.
It was a crazy number, and you know, he was a really serviceable backup for Trey Mason in 2013 also. So he ends up his Auburn career with a lot of you know, solid yards. I don't know how many he ended up with, but I like these two though. If I had to pick the two, Kerryon Johnson, he carried the mail for Auburn. You know, in the Gus Malzahn attack during those years, he was going to find someone that he could lean on, and buddy, he leaned on Kerryon Johnson a lot.
You think maybe the way Kerryon has kind of responded to that a little bit publicly, you know, that he's not ashamed about saying they kind of overused me that senior year? Is that why maybe Gus Malzahn has finally started spreading the wealth a little bit? We used more running backs in multiple games and I mean significant carries in this season than we ever have under him.
Well, he should, because you know, I've been watching Kerryon since he was in the 8th grade, playing basketball at Madison Academy and playing football there as well, and I have never seen him really step out and say anything hardly negative at all, and zero negative towards Auburn.
Yeah.
Loves the place, always did. One of the more positive Twitter handles that you can follow if you're an Auburn fan out there. Super guy, just super guy in general. And for him to even be willing to kind of maybe go out on a limb and say something like that.
And it wasn't nasty or anything. He just told the truth.
So my point is that if someone else said it, I may take it with a grain of salt. But when he says it, it's like, yeah, you know, come on, man.
Yeah.
You probably did. And when there's only so much tread on those tires, when you're discussing running backs, and look at the NFL contracts. They don't get them. And Gurley is a prime example. You know, you've got to be really smart if you're going to go out and give a Zeke's contract to a running back, because unfortunately you get years like you're getting out of Gurley this year where you go, man, can he come back from it, or is it a done deal?
Yeah. Fullback Jay Prosh, Chandler Cox a backup. Again, no argument.
No argument. Both very good in the schemes that we run at fullback. Yes, I like both of them.
Tight end, Philip Lutzenkirchen. Backup C.J. Uzama.
Easiest, probably maybe the easiest one on this list.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, with Gus Malzahn as your head coach, you're not going to get very many stats out of a tight end since Lutzenkirchen, and you know,
it makes no sense. Why that would be the case? Because it was so productive.
Yep. I don't get it. Stop asking questions.
Stop asking.
Don't look at me like I have the answers either.
Wide receiver, Darvin Adams.
Best one to me.
Sammy Coates, Darius Slayton, Ryan Davis.
Darvin Adams, head and shoulders better than the rest for me. You threw the ball in his area, he caught it.
Mm-hmm.
Worked the middle of the field extremely well. Had enough speed to get behind the defense when needed. I I think he's the best of the bunch. I would have loved to have seen him get an opportunity in the pros because I think his hands could have made him successful in the pros. It just didn't work out. It's still working out in the CFL, I think.
Understand why he left. Wish he would have come back for his senior year at Auburn.
I think it would have helped him.
Yeah.
I do.
Backups, Duke Williams, Ricardo Lewis, Emory Blake. He has Cody Burns for sentimental reasons.
Well, there's your sentimental reasons, but Emory Blake was a really steady receiver.
He could be considered, maybe should be on this list.
Zachary deserves to be on that list.
Backup
at least somewhere.
Yeah.
He had breakaway speed. He made big-time catches when needed. Was just a very good receiver for Auburn. No mediocrity to that guy with his speed and his size. So I would have him on the list more than he is.
Is Seth Williams going to be on this list before it's all?
Seth Williams has a chance to have numbers better than anyone on this list by the end. I think Bo Nix looks to him as his guy, and Bo Nix is not going to do anything to throw the football more as years come.
Yeah.
Agree?
Oh, yeah. Up against a break. When we come back, we'll run down the offensive line. Auburn all decade. Right after.
Hi, I'm Kurt Bowman, General Manager of Vaden Toyota. We'd like to announce our new lifetime warranty on any new Toyota.
Hashtag lifetime warranty.
Hashtag we love our customers.
It can be used nationwide at no additional cost.
Hashtag customer service.
So come on by and let us show you
the Vaden way.
Hashtag maintenance matters.
Hashtag totally awesome.
Vaden Toyota of Sylacauga, just a short drive from home or online.
Hashtag your neighborhood dealership.
Since the dawn of time, mankind has needed tools. But not all tools are created equal. AGF Machine Rental Sales and Service has tools for all commercial construction or big residential projects. AGF Machinery offers the most durable and hardworking brands of ASV, Skyjack, and Wacker Neusen. Aerial lifts, scissor lifts, loaders, excavators, and forest equipment on demand for the best possible price. And backed by the Southeast's best team of professionals. Visit any of our strategic locations across Alabama for all your equipment needs. Or online at agfmachinery.com.
Be the hostess with the mostest this holiday season at Chicken Salad Chick with our easy party catering. Need a quick appetizer? Stop by Chicken Salad Chick and grab a quick chick of any chicken salad flavor or the pimento cheese ball covered with crushed pecans and crispy bacon. Remember, no meal is complete without a sweet treat. For a limited time, our pumpkin cheesecake is back and it's delicious. Chicken Salad Chick can feed any holiday crowd with our custom-fit catering. 12 flavors of chicken salad, there's sure to be something for every taste bud.
At C&T Electric, our clients are our priority. For the safety and security of your family and home, our technicians are professionally trained, drug tested, background checked, and wear uniforms with name tags. We're proud to have served the Elk City, Dadeville, and Lake Martin areas for the past 10 years. Give us a call at 256-234-0007 for all your electrical service and repair needs. Or visit us on the web at www.cntelectricllc.com and spell out the word "and."
Expect it or not, the loss of a loved one is difficult. Put your family first by planning ahead. This is Joseph Dean, new owner of Alabama Funeral Homes and Cremation Centers. We are a full-service funeral home with an on-site crematory and cemetery. Whether your need is immediate or you would like to plan in advance, our experienced, compassionate staff can assist you in designing an enduring memorial experience, burial, or cremation. Alabama Funeral Homes and Cremation Centers on Highway 280 in Camp Hill or online, alabamafuneralhomes.com.
Tires are important, and when getting a great price on tires, you want to get it right. So make the short drive to Wright's Tire in Sylacauga. Wright's Tire can get you any make or model of tire, and they make the drive worth it with volume pricing. Whether North Tallapoosa, South Talladega, or Coosa County, make the right choice, the right selection, the right service, and the right price. All at Wright's Tire on Fort William Street in Sylacauga. Call for a free quote, 256-245-7778, and get the right price on tires.
Harbor Point Ship Store has everything to make your day on the lake more enjoyable. Come on out to the biggest marina on the water. They have pizza, hot dogs, burgers, and more. Get your gas, groceries, snacks, ice, and everything you need for a fun day on the lake. Are you in the market for a new or pre-owned boat? Harbor Point has the best selection around of everyone's favorite Crest pontoons and Four Winds boats. Harbor Point also has a great selection of pre-owned boats. Come on out and take a look at Harbor Point, Marina Point Road in Dable. Get to the point.
You already know the power and reliability of a Mahindra tractor. Get ready to meet their ATV and UTV lines. Haul more and tow more. Do more. Reaching speeds up to 60 miles an hour. Models have a 12-inch ground clearance and the ability to haul up to 1,200 pounds. There's a Mahindra utility vehicle and a model specifically to get the job done. Test drive today at Lake Martin Tractor and Outdoor. Serving Tallapoosa, Coosa, Clay, and Talladega counties. 256-392-3613.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Randy here with you for only a couple more segments in today's show. Looking at an Auburn all-decade team for the offensive side of the ball. We were running down that. We got to the offensive line. Pretty impressive offensive line here, I must say, for Auburn over the last decade. Greg Robinson, Sean Coleman, Lee Zimba, Braden Smith, Reese Dismukes. That's an award winner right there.
It definitely is, and I don't know anyone off of that listing that I would change out. You know, I believe Ryan Pugh deserves to be on that list just from a versatility standpoint, because you could play that guy guard, tackle, center, wherever you wanted to, and you needed him out on the field because he was one of your best five. So I don't care where you put him.
Mike Berry may be one of the more underrated offensive linemen.
Think so?
I do. He was one of those that was versatile, and I mean pulled like nobody's business. But I think he probably deserves some consideration. Daniel Carlson's your kicker. Cody Parkey, the backup. They didn't even do a punter, so I mean, why would you? I might put. I mean, Sipas has been as good as. I mean, Stephen
Clark was a good punter.
I was thinking that's the one. They would go back and forth between those two, maybe. I don't know.
I'd take Clark. You know, hang time, ability to really boom one.
Yeah, nobody could return a punt.
No,
because the hang time was so good.
Yeah, and Sipas is, you know, he's a rugby style kicker, can angle it where he wants, usually keeps a return from happening, but no boomers.
Well, you know, he's gotten to where he was hitting it about 50.
Yeah.
You know, which was about what you want. I mean, that's about as good as it's going to get in college. But you're right. I mean, his ability to put the ball where he wants it, that's definitely a nice pet to have. So there's your all-decade team for Auburn. You know, I think for the most part, we kind of agree, but we would probably make a few changes to the ones that they have here. Couple of transfers. Michael Harris, linebacker for Auburn, sophomore linebacker, a redshirt freshman. I think he redshirt freshman. I think he redshirted his first year. And a guy that's been there for quite a while, redshirt junior, Marquise McLean, who I think has probably graduated or about to graduate. Both of those guys are in the transfer portal.
I forgot Michael Harris was on the team. Couldn't find his way. Couldn't really break into any of the lineup, and that's saying a lot when you have pretty much wholesale changeover at the linebacking position this year from a starting standpoint. So I guess he was odd man out. Looked the part, looked like a big bull when he's first out there, and a lot of hope out of Tucker, Georgia. It just didn't work out, and wish him well. Hope he gets an opportunity, because I think the physicality and from just a specimen standpoint, he could make somebody a good one if it clicks.
Yeah. I wish both those guys luck. You know, this is what happens. And again, like you say, I think Marquise McLean's good enough to play somewhere else.
I do.
And
too.
just give him it's a 1 year. He's not going to play that much at Auburn. That's just there's other guys coming in. That, you know, it's that ship has sailed. So good luck to them. Auburn got some bad news though. Killian Zaire, who was one of their offensive tackle junior college recruits from California, tore his ACL. This is Auburn. We know we're losing 4 off the offensive line this season. Nick Brahms is going to be back, of course, and I think he proved that he was probably should have been playing all year. He was better than Kim.
I don't think you've gone out on a limb to say that.
That's no, I mean, and I thought he acquitted himself pretty well against some really good competition, Georgia and Alabama, and LSU. There at the end anyway. So you got Brodarius Ham, sophomore this year, coming back. I think they feel pretty good about him at right tackle. Tayshawn Manning is a guy that was a defensive guy. He moved to offensive line. He had cancer. He came back. Alec Jackson was a guy they recruited, I believe, out of Jeff Davis. That was a defensive line guy. They moved him to offensive line. He's going to be a junior this upcoming year. Austin Troxell has had about 3 knee surgeries. I think the plan is for him to try to give it a go. I mean, what can you expect to try to get out of him at left tackle? I have no clue.
I don't think you can count on it.
No.
You can hope. Super guy, great athlete.
Yeah.
But he had the same knee issues. I'm not saying it's the same knee, but he's had knee issues all the way back to his high school days. And with that type of a frame, you just never know when it's going to work out.
Guys, redshirt freshman Jaleel Irvin, redshirt freshman Cameron Stutz. True freshmen this year, Kamar Bell, Keandre Jones, and Justin Osborne. Those are the 3 guys we brought in. We got a lot of bodies. I didn't mention Michael Sammons. That guy's been around forever and has never even – it's 6'7", 307, and he can't get on the field. He can't even get on the backup. So I don't even know what that deal is about. So I'm not even sure I would count him in the bunch. But Auburn does have a big class of offensive linemen coming in. But here's the problem, and this seems like this is the problem we always have. Javion Cohen is the highest rated offensive lineman, and he is tenuous at best right now as far as a recruit.
He doesn't weigh 295 either.
You don't think so?
No. I'd say 280.
The chances he ends up at Auburn, I think, are slim.
Yeah.
All right. The rest are 3-star recruits. Avery Jernigan out of Georgia, Killian Zaire, who's got an ACL tear, Tate Johnson out of Hogansville, Georgia, Brendan Coffey, another junior college offensive tackle, Jeremiah Wright, who you guys have seen up close and personal out of Selma. He may be the best looking one. Right? Or am I wrong?
No, he is all of that 320.
Okay.
I look at legs, I look at lower body, I look at, what type of athleticism potentially could you get. He looks the part, but he hasn't played the competition and had the opportunities that some of these others have. So it's very hard for me to project if he'd be ready to play, but he looks the part.
Jonathan Buskey is another junior college guy that Auburn's bringing in. The word is he is having a lot of difficulty meeting the academic standards.
Okay.
So look, that's the offensive line recruit. It seems like we're in the same boat we always are. Offensive line, that ain't good. Up against a break. We'll be back with one final segment right after this.
Find everything you need for the perfect outdoor living space at Russell Do-It Center, like the Fire Rock Outdoor Conventional Fireplace, smartly designed masonry systems that are easy to install and are less than half the cost of a scratch-built brick and mortar fireplace. Weber Grills, the best outdoor gas, electric, and charcoal grills, which always come pre-assembled. Yeti Coolers, premium coolers and accessories that are the ultimate in design, performance, and durability. Russell Do-It Center, experience and knowledge from the pros.
WOTM, your new home for high school sports in Alabama. WOTM has you covered with live coverage of all 7 championship games of the Super 7. WOTM is available to all TV providers in Alabama. If WOTM is not currently a part of your channel lineup, call your provider and request that they add WOTM. WOTM, your exclusive TV home for the AHSAA Super 7 basketball, baseball, and softball championships. All live only on WOTM.
Lex Wedgeworth has been the most trusted pest control for generations, and now with EnviroCare, you can expect the same high standards for all your pest control needs. EnviroCare's exclusive Centricon termite colony elimination system provides the industry standard to protect your home or business. EnviroCare's Centricon system protects your home year-round. Call the professionals at EnviroCare throughout East Central Alabama for a free estimate. Nobody cares like EnviroCare, the next generation of full pest control for your home or business.
Growing your business isn't just one thing, it's a million little things. Should you lease, rent, or own? How fast can you get that part? Does it fit the budget? That's what your local cat dealer is here for. With expert advice, flexible financing, and industry-leading equipment, you can get the job done, day after day. Visit ThompsonCat.com, your compact equipment provider.
Hey Realtors, do you know about LMG Ad Agency? We build your brand and help sell your properties or a unique lifestyle so you can focus on your clients. We focus on professional photos, videos, aerial photography and videography, and commercial real estate. We'd love to tell your story. Contact us today at 256-392-4250 or visit our website at lmgadagency.com.
The interstate is backed up this morning due to an accident.
So you don't like sitting still on the interstate? Get the free Algo traffic app. With Algo, you'll have the information you need to avoid problems on your route to work, to home, to the beach. Traffic backups, wrecks, lane closures, all with current info and live traffic camera feeds. Know before you go with Algo Traffic, ALGO Traffic from the Alabama Department of Transportation. Get it today and arrive on time.
Mortgage Pro is the new standard for mortgage loans. While other banks are taking 45 to 60 days to close a loan, Mortgage Pro is making it happen in less than 15 days. Your mortgage loan goes from start to finish in less than 15 days. Mortgage Pro is able to make this happen by having the most advanced technology and a highly trained staff with over 98 years combined experience. If you're looking to buy a home or refinance your current mortgage, call Mortgage Pro and let our team go to work for you.
Welcome back, everyone, to the final segment of the Auburn Blitz on this Thursday afternoon. Beautiful day outside here in the great state of Alabama. Clay Helton looks like he's sticking around at USC.
How does that work out? You know, Brett and I went through this on Tuesday, I think. They are currently 67th in the country in recruiting. Now, I present this question to you, because that's about where Will Muschamp was at Florida when they finally let him go. May have been worse. You remember doing that program?
Yeah.
You and I was just in shock. I still remember sitting with you talking about that. If I were to ever tell you that Auburn is currently ranked 67th in recruiting, what would you say?
I would say we need major changes.
And why hasn't it already happened?
Yeah. How did we get to this point?
This is USC that is making a decision on a coach that's subpar, mediocre. The fan base seems to be, at least from a percentage standpoint, wants him gone. And the new AD stands behind him. Look, I'm not saying he doesn't correct things, but if you can't correct recruiting at the University of Southern California and recruiting to that championship history, and to LA, something's wrong. This ain't gonna work out.
And Southern Cal though is a weird entity. I mean, Pete Carroll did what he did there, and now we've all got this, idea that Southern Cal just always wins. But for the majority of the 80s and 90s, they had bozos rolling through there, and that was a joke. Paul Hackett, I mean, they couldn't do jack at USC. So a lot of people have screwed that job up. Pete Carroll did it really well, and John Robinson did it pretty well, and going way back in the '60s. But a lot of people have won a lot of games there, but it's not hard to screw that job up too. So I'm with you though. I don't know what they keep. It's like a Rolodex at the AD. I mean, they keep going through ADs like so.
Look, they're 22 currently in the AP poll.
And it's a long way till signing day.
Yes,
we'll
it is, but I would be very concerned if Auburn ever looked down now that you have this early signing period and we were ranked anywhere near that. I would just say the writing's on the wall.
Yeah.
Recruits aren't buying into what you're selling. And if you can't sell to that place, and I know it's different, I hear you, but you've got to get someone at a program like that can turn the culture around and recruit to that place, like Pete Carroll did.
Yeah, you're right. Jim McElwain possibly going to Missouri.
I don't think
trending.
I don't think it's a bad hire. Who else would they get?
Well, here's the list of guys that they're looking at.
Okay.
Willie Fritz from Tulane. Skip Holtz of La Tech. Troy Calhoun of Air Force. Jeff Munkin of Army. Done a fantastic job, by the way. And Will Haley of Charlotte. That's your list.
All the same. So the question is, do you go after a McElwain who I think did a good job at Florida? He didn't do a terrible job.
No. Went to 2 SEC title games.
Yeah, I think that he would be probably – I mean, if I was a Missouri fan, I'd want to go after one of those other guys with the hopes that you swing and strike out on some, but you may hit a home run.
Yeah.
Because I don't think McElwain will ever be a home run, if that's what you're asking.
No. I know that for sure.
Yeah.
This day, 1981, Heisman winner. Can you name him?
Well, I saw it earlier, so I can. His name's Marcus Allen. He happened to play.
He wasn't bad.
He happened to play for that program.
Speaking of
that
USC,
we were just talking about during a stretch where they also had Charles White win another Heisman Trophy in the late '70s. There's no excuse. There's no excuse for being 67th in the country at that place. That would be like being at Notre Dame and being 67th in the country. You get fired automatically. I don't care where you happen to reside on the map. Those are traditional programs that you should be able to at least recruit your fair share to.
Timmy Brown won the Heisman Trophy on this day, 1987. Always, that Notre Dame team, they were fun to watch.
Yeah.
Tony Rice and, those late 80s. That 88 team that won in the national championship. I would have loved to have seen Auburn play that team instead of West Virginia. But if Auburn beats LSU, I think we are.
Yeah, well, I thought that that would have been a good matchup as well. With that Auburn defense against a non-throwing Tony Rice that wants to actually run it at you, and it would have been interesting. But, hey, here we are.
On this day, 1992, the first ever SEC championship game at Legion Field. Antonio Langham picks off Shane Matthews. Alabama wins 28-21. Did you think, at that time, here we are, how many years later, that the SEC championship game would still be what it is?
No, because I had no concept of what a championship game could be or would be at that time.
It's changed college football, has it not?
It has, and Kramer was really excited that Langham intercepted that ball and didn't screw up Alabama's chances for a national championship that year with a 2 or 3 loss Florida team. So
yeah, they were numbered like 12 or 15. I mean, they were not like they were a top 5 team.
No.
But they were still pretty good. Happy birthday today, speaking of Heisman winners, Jim Plunkett. Played at Stanford, went on to win a Super Bowl with the Raiders. Born on this day, 1947, Art Monk.
Great
wide receiver, great wide receiver there in the 80s. And
Mark
with,
Rippon and the championship season that they had, that's a very odd football team. That was one of those one-hit wonders.
Yeah.
On the offensive side, I don't know if you remember, but Monk was also part of that team. That
Ricky Sanders, maybe.
They had another championship in the mix there, but it was nothing like that season that we saw. And Rippon winning, I think he was MVP of the league that year.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
1957. Eddie the Eagle Edwards.
I don't know Eddie Edwards. Who was
he was a ski jumper from England, but they made a movie about him, Eddie the Eagle. If you ever get to see, I mean, it's pretty interesting. He didn't win anything. It wasn't even his.
Find this?
I dig deep.
Old Eddie the Eagle.
Shoeless Joe Jackson, Don Meredith, and Rashawn Salam all died on this day.
8 Men Out, one of the best movies ever made, in my opinion.
That's going to wrap it up for us. For Randy Lee, I'm Andy Graham. So long for now, everybody. We'll talk again.